Right, we're now going to drain these vegetables. As you can see, we have broccoli, red cabbage. I've just spoken about root vegetables. I always like to use onion. This is a red onion, right, organic. All these are organic products, by the way, guys, because it truly reflects in your body and your health. If the farmer's sprinkling chemicals on your vegetables or on your fruits, right, you're going to get them chemicals in your body, and that's going to defeat the object, because all you heart patients, you've already had a lot of that. That's why you've had a heart problem. We want to eradicate that, and we want to give you a blank canvas with the best of everything. So let's just drain these. Don't worry if you spill any. Like I said, the Koreans make it in the sink. It's going to be covered in bacteria within a week or so anyway. Right. That's all I'm going to get in there for the moment. Make sure that drains off. Right. I'm now going to pack these vegetables tightly into this jar. Now this fermentation is anaerobic, unlike the scobies in the other room, the previous video. Guys, you'll have to look back at the other videos with the scobies. This is a different fermentation. We're gonna need a few more jars, I guess, as well, but that's fine. Some celery in here as well. Great source of sodium. So the fibre on these vegetables is going to break down with the enzymes contained within the vegetables. And the probiotics, do you know what? I'm going to add a capsule to get the whole thing started as well. It'll speed up the process. The great thing about the vegetables compared to the scobies, because they've been grown in the earth, they have L. rhamnosus and sporogens bacteria already on the outside of them. And no, the salt water doesn't bother them, if that's your question you was thinking. So we need to pack this. I'm just going to go and get my blender spoon to drive this down. It's important. It is quite important, right, that they're packed to the top. That's why I've kept these few leaves. And we don't need a lot of air in there, because that'll slow the process down. So just pack away. When you come to do it, guys, all you art patients should be taking over the kitchen, taking control of all these remedies to get your health back on track. The doc's kept you alive. Now it's your time to start putting things back in place. As you can see, I've come right to the top, as he says, using his broad shoulders to pack. Just don't break the jar and cut your wrists open. Okay, that's fine. Now, we get a leaf. We fold the leaf up. In it goes. Wrong one. There we go. Bingo. There's one jar done. And away we go again. So you get in the picture. It's simple to do. How long have we been doing it? Some years now. Some years. Yeah. I occasionally make it for other people.
You mentioned that this was fantastic for heart patients. What about the non-heart patients out there?
It's still fantastic because, like I said, guys, probiotics are something that seems to be, well, in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, sort of kept quiet these days. And this is where Alf starts. When anybody mentions probiotics, you should be really, really interested, because probiotics will keep you healthy. They seriously, seriously will. Just in this region alone, probiotics are amazing. And ladies, you can have a quick weight loss with probiotics. They'll immediately start eating away at your colon and cleaning it up and dispensing of bad things that shouldn't be there. So, okay, so when I train people, I immediately get them on probiotics, and they generally get a quick weight loss, and that's a fact. The colon works more effectively. They have enzymes where they had no enzymes for digestion before, and they kill viruses like nothing. You have an army of millions, right? What kills the army of millions? Well, junk food. If you eat at McDonald's, you're going to kill these guys. If you drink tap water, chlorine kills bacteria and it kills good guys. And ladies, if you've just come off a course of antibiotics, you're going to kill all these boys. When I had this bad boy replaced last summer, right, a pacemaker in the chest, I had it replaced last summer, and I immediately came home and drank 2 bowls of kombucha because they give me antibiotics. Ooh. But that's the way of the hospital, and that's the system they use. And not to worry, you work around it once you know that. Obviously, most people don't know that. So, avoid junk food, avoid tap water. McDonald's is junk food. You shouldn't be eating it. You really shouldn't. Right, I'm going to do a separate video on McDonald's, so I'm not going to bang the drum about them. And antibiotics. Oh, non-steroid anti-inflammatories and most drugs will wear out your army of millions. So, think again. Do you know what? You probably like doing this with your kids if you've got kids. They love to do it. Though I've never done it with children because I've got none. But it seems the kind of thing children might like to do in the kitchen. To get them into using their own food and making their own food. Like I said, you can buy probiotics, but it does cost. This is a cheap way of doing it. There we go, another one done. And a leaf. And we're just trying to take up the air space at the top with the leaf, nothing else. There we go. And a third one. Do you know what? Might need some few more jars, I think. That's okay. Yeah. And within, the vegetables will break themselves down. expect to make a mess in the kitchen. I believe in Korea when they eat kimchi, the kimchi, which is a very similar version, like I said, takes up half the plate.
What have you got to say about the German and Polish version?
Oh, the sauerkraut version, yeah, that's the German and Polish version. This is probably more of a sauerkraut version actually. It's got a greater range of vegetables, and so the colours will be more spectacular, and the phytochemicals involved, it's got a greater range as well. I expect to get more bacteria out of it with the more vegetables you use. The only problem I have with the kimchi, that's the Korean version of this, is they do tend to use some sugar and they're not too fussy about the salt, but you still get the end product. The bacteria is still mighty effective, so I'm not disrespecting it. It's horses for courses. If you try both, you can decide for yourself. I like the variation in the vegetables in the sauerkraut as opposed to the kimchi. That's all. Personal preference. You can see I'm mighty packing now. It's like a workout. There we go. There's another jar. So in a week or 2 weeks, this will be spectacular bacteria, and all the vegetables will be a lot softer and broken down, and you'll see the fluid swishing around, and the top will absolutely be pressurized and forcing its way up.